Welcome back to Fourth and Pain, the only pro football, pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player, weight loss champion, Redskins defensive end. Adam Carriker is with me.
I'm really tall, Chuck is really short.
Thank you for stating the obvious, friend, former wrestling announcer, and tall on life, the Chuck Carroll on Twitter. Hi there. This is the family segment here on Fourth and Pain, how we kind of take it home. We take a lot of your questions, give a lot of your answers, and of course, we're going to be joined, Adam, by your wife, Angie Carriker, in just a couple of minutes on The Pulse. I think we're going to be getting an update on the Garden, and rumor has it, she's about to become incredibly tough, or at least she's teetering on the idea of doing something very few people can. So stick around for that coming up on The Pulse. But first, let's open with a couple of questions for you, big guy. Ask an NFL player anything. This one comes from Christina in Fredericksburg on Twitter at Fourth and Pain. Hey, how do you normally approach the first preseason game, Adam? And I think normally is the key word there.
Well, normally I'd be playing in the first preseason game, obviously. The way I approach it, it's almost like a warm-up because you gradually build up. The first preseason game, the starters normally play about 10 to 15 plays, and you go 20 to 25 in the first half. And then that last game, usually the guys trying to make the squad play the whole game, and then you get ready for when the bullets are real come game one, week one. So the first preseason game normally or typically for someone such as myself, you want to get into the flow of the game. You want to get mentally ready. You want to get like it's a normal game, and it's almost kind of look like a little tune-up, a little warm-up as you go along in the preseason.
Frank in Corpus Christi, a long way away, a guy from Texas. Gotta love this. Comment on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/fourthandpain, writes in, how important is the first preseason game?
It depends on who you are. If you're a starter, I pretty much described how a starter is going to approach that. If you're a guy that's on the bubble trying to make the squad, every preseason game is very important. And the farther along you go, the more important they get. That last preseason game for a guy that's on the bubble is extremely important because that's the last time you get impressive coaches against another team, another opponent in a game-like atmosphere. And guys that are kind of second string, third string know they're going to be on the team, but possibly not a starter. I believe that's my little daughter you can hear in the background. My wife is waiting on the phone, holding Trinity. Hi, Trinity. Daddy's talking. Please don't talk. No, I'm just kidding. She always talks when I'm talking. It's amazing. I talk louder, she gets louder. But the guys that are kind of second string, third string know they're going to play, but maybe not be a starter. This is when you're going to get a lot of reps because the starters play the first quarter, and then you're going to play a bulk, and then the second half, those other guys are going to fight it out.
Yeah, I've always kind of wondered how much a guy could help or hurt his odds of making the 53 if he's on the bubble in just the first preseason game. But that's a question for another time. Let's wrap up the Ask an NFL Player Anything here with a question from Bill in Arlington on Facebook, our Facebook liker guy, facebook.com/fourthandpain. Hey, Adam, how is it watching your teammates on TV? Wow.
It's interesting not being able to be a part of the game, training camp, not being able to be a part of the season so far. It's weird. I'm not going to lie, it's weird. They have their first practice the same day I'm having surgery. They're going to practice and film while I'm going to rehab and doing rehab 3 or 4 times a day. It is so weird for me right now, and I can't wait for the day when I can start getting into football shape again. I can't wait for the day when I can practice and do a little bit of actual football again in my life. It is so weird. I can't even describe how weird it is. It's like if I saw Chuck Carroll dunk a basketball. It would be so weird.
Well, my friend, with a trampoline, dreams can come true.
About 4 of them.
All right. If you ever have a question for Adam Carriker, be sure to tweet us at Fourth and Pain using the hashtag AskAdam, or click on the Ask an NFL Player Anything button there on fourthandpain.com. Now, Adam, we said we were going to speak to your lovely wife, and we've already heard from your baby Trinity. So now let's make it official, and please welcome to the show Angie Carriker. It's time for the Pulse. Ange, how are you this week?
Good.
Good. Thanks for taking the time to join us.
Appreciate it, sweetie. How's Trinity doing? Is she calmed down now?
Oh, she just talks. That's all she is doing.
Oh, I know she talks all the time. She talks all the time. All right, so I got to get into it because you tweeted from Fourth and Pain, maybe with a little pushing from me, that you were thinking about doing CrossFit and training for it this year. I also know that you're still having some issues with your finger. So talk to us about whether you want to do it, how badly you want to do it, and how the finger is going to impact your decision?
I would love to do CrossFit. I follow them on Twitter and Facebook, and I follow some of like the chick athletes that are really good, just to get tips from them. And I actually do a CrossFit workout of the day usually for my workout. I would really, really like to do it, but I can't pick up a dumbbell over 15 pounds in my left hand still. So I've been trying to rehab my finger so I can get that back, and that's pretty much my impairment right now.
Well, she's going to see the hand surgeon that did that emergency surgery on her infected finger. Let's say you get cleared and the finger starts feeling good again. And then you've been doing the CrossFit workouts. Today, I believe you ran 400 5 times, and then I believe it was over like 130, 40 box jumps, and it was some explosive squats as well. You did, I was like 100 reps or something. You get cleared with the finger. What are your thoughts then?
I'd like to do it. The biggest thing, though, if you want to get really serious, is you need to go to a CrossFit gym and get a CrossFit trainer, because a lot of what they do is strength and endurance, but they also have techniques on the way they do pull-ups, the way they do, I call them like arm-ups, I think, with like rings and stuff like that. And it's a lot of technique, which you need to be coached in. So.
All right, I got to ask a question. What do you think of their technique? Because I watch them do pull-ups, and I'm a guy that takes pride in the weight room, and those people are fit. They could blow me away in what they do. But some of their technique, it's a lot of swinging, it's a lot of momentum. What do you think about their technique and the way they do certain lifts? And you're a certified trainer. I should mention that too.
I mean, their technique isn't what you teach like elementary kids how to do their pull-ups, like in the gym test, but for what they're doing, they're trying to get the most that they can. I think it's fine, especially you see like what other things they can do. Their overall athletic ability is insane.
Angie Carriker, thank you so very much for joining us this week on The Pulse, and we look forward to getting a CrossFit update from you sometime soon. Good luck with the finger.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.
Angie Carriker. Be sure to give her a follow on Twitter at Angie Carriker. Just a couple of minutes left here, so we really got to hustle here, man. So ask a weight loss champion a couple questions, yes?
fourthandpain.com. We've got Jane from New Orleans. You can go to Ask an NFL Player, Ask a Weight Loss Champion, fourthandpain.com. Jane wants to know, what do you think of the weight loss patch? Basically, a surgeon puts a patch on the person's tongue, and for 1 month, they can't eat anything solid because it inflicts pain. After a month, they take it off. It's kind of like an insane speed diet. Basically, you eat drink a powder for 800 calories, and that's all you get for a month. What do you think of this, Chuck? Is it safe? Is it good? Thoughts?
Well, that just sounds crazy to me. I can't attest to the patch. I'm actually not that familiar with it, but I am familiar with all liquid diets. And somebody close to me actually did this and had a great deal of success in losing weight. The problem was, as soon as they reintroduced regular food into their system, they gained it all back and then some. And I'm talking about 150 plus pounds of weight loss that just came roaring back. So I'd advise against the patch unless you're trying to quit smoking.
All right, one more question. This is from our iTunes subscriber, Skip in Dallas. Skip Bayless, he's in Dallas. Anyways, if you didn't get the gastric bypass, last week you said you could not have lost the weight. But if you were to go on the show The Biggest Loser without the gastric bypass, could you have lost the weight then? Yeah,
well, you know what? This is kind of similar to the all-liquid diet. Yes, I'm sure that I could have. Everybody that goes on there should lose weight, and an insane amount. The problem is building your body up for a lifetime full of change as opposed to a crash diet where you lose it all, and that kind of puts you at a high risk then without this surgery, the way I look at it, to gain it all back. What the surgery did, it's twofold. Not only allowed me to lose all the weight, but enabled me to keep it off, because it forces a lifestyle change upon you. So you can't go back to those foods even if you want to, because you actually will get sick. So that's why I'm a big believer in the benefits of gastric bypass surgery. And now, final question for you. 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Adam, this coming from Tim in La Plata, wants to know the deadlift. Is it a good lift, and what is the proper way to do it?
Deadlift is a great lift. I talk about how it's one of the best lower body lifts you can do. The proper way to do it, grab the bar, take your wrist like this, grab the bar a little wider than your shoulders, keep your back straight, look to the sky, and stand up and set it down slowly. The key is to keep your back straight, legs bent, and look to the sky. Great lift. Do it properly.
There you go. With that, we are fresh out of time. I'm Chuck Carroll. Thank you so very much for believing in our weirdness.
On behalf of the largest dimes on the D-line, my lovely bride, Angie Carriker, and the weight loss champion, thank you